How have you felt this spring?
I felt pretty good. I feel like I made a lot of progress. Uh, Built a lot of chemistry with Blake. Of course, me and him had a lot of chemistry last year, but just me, him, and all the rest of the receivers, we've done a pretty good job this spring.
Has much changed for you personally with Lane Kiffin coming here?
I would say the spring has been pretty basic as far as just kind of installing, his terminology and things like that. I'm sure we'll get a little more in depth with the offense as far as what he does with different players or whatever.
What's kind of the initial impression of the offense, though?
I like it. I like it. It's different than last year. We really get the ball around to a lot of guys.
What are the differences, would you say?
It's not as I would say as pro style as last year. It's a little more spread out a little bit, I would say.
You see yourself going forward, lining more up in the slot or outside?
I've done a lot of both this spring.
Do you feel like for you personally, you have a pretty good opportunity this season coming up, just with some of the other receivers moving on?
Yeah, of course. With Kenny White and Noah leaving from last year, I got a pretty good chance to step up and kind of step up into those guys' roles this season.
How do you describe your game? What makes you different maybe from some of the other guys?
I would say just being versatile, being able to go into the slot and go outside. I really made a lot of progress, playing outside, this spring with D. White out, being out, and, taking more reps outside than what I've done in the past with the slot.
You mentioned making progress. Where did you have to get better? Was there a specific part, or
just
talk about that progress?
Just as I would say, just more the feel of the game of playing outside receiver, because I played a lot of slot, my 2 years being here, and it's just a different feel when you go outside.
What are some of those differences between slot and outside?
You see a lot of different coverage. A lot of DBs play different techniques, and slot is more reading a lot of things, whereas outside is just you and the DB.
We had heard from some guys that you worked really hard during the offseason. Mm-hmm. What were some things you did?
I feel like I was a lot more focused. I didn't worry too much. Didn't worry about making mistakes as much. Just focus on my game and focus on the good things that I can do.
Are you seeing it pay off now?
Yeah, a lot. I'm proud of myself this spring.
Was there ever a point last year where you got frustrated or anything with not getting on the field?
Yeah,
like that?
Of course it was frustrating. Coaches, they understood it. It was just a depth thing. It wasn't anything I took personal. I still made sure I came out and did what I had to do, every day in practice.
Who'd you talk to about that when you would get frustrated?
I would talk to Coach Napier, a couple of the GAs from last year. They would just pretty much tell me things I already knew. Just keep doing what I can and control what I can control.